In this section, we're going to talk about how to dial your leads and email them to get more people on phone calls. So when we originally started contacting our leads, adding this step to it of like dialing them, like calling the leads that were coming in that didn't schedule with us or sending them emails, was a huge impact to our business and being able to like close a lot more people. So we're going to go through this section. It's going to be pretty quick, and then we're going to get to the sales script. Like I said, the first thing that we made the mistake of not calling every lead, and we had to wait until a mentor was really like, you guys need to do this, everybody's interested, and then so we started doing it. So the follow-up schedule that we found worked for us. I would say go ahead and test it and see what works for you, but we did a 9-day period where a salesperson or myself would reach out to people with a couple different things. So we would send out emails. We sent a series of 4 emails, and then we would try to call them 7 times. So you wouldn't get in contact with every single one, but you would try 7 times. Okay, so let's start out with phone calls. So the first thing that we did was use a dialer. So what a dialer is it basically like you have a list of phone numbers. So let's say you had 10 leads come in overnight. The dialer is going to go through them every single one. So it's going to dial it automatically. If you don't connect, you can leave a recorded voicemail. It'll log that activity in like whatever CRM that you're using. And then it'll once you click like whatever the disposition was, like if it was left voicemail, you click on that and it would start the next one right away. So the reason why this is really important is because like if you actually go through this, you're gonna be like start second guessing yourself. Probably you're like, oh, should I dial this person? Like, you know, is it the right hour? Like you just need to get through them and just bang through a lot of numbers. So I highly recommend using a dialer. I have an example here, Base. We talk a little bit more about it in the guide if you want to read about it. But definitely check out a dialer. So as far as like how you build lists with dialers, there's some different ways you can do it. You can do it based on most recent. So like I said, if we're doing a bunch of calls, like we're calling, attempting to call people multiple times, you may want to start with just the most recent leads. So if there's someone that came in 5 minutes ago, call them as soon as you can. Another way to do this is highest lead score. You could lead score people based on, you know, if they say they have a lot of website traffic in their quiz, or if they say, you know, they have a huge budget for Facebook ads. Maybe they're opening a lot of your emails. So whatever like CRM that you're using, you should be able to lead score, and you could build a list based off of that. Another thing is just dial like just everybody. So maybe you don't have a list, you just dial everybody, you know, at random. And so that works too. But the point is you need to get through a lot of your dials. Let's talk next about email sequences. Okay, so what we did is like in combination of like dialing these people and trying to attempt them and get them on a phone call. We'll talk about the script in a minute, but we started emailing them to try and get them to contact us as well. We used a service called Mixmax, and we used another one called HubSpot Sales Tools. So you can use either of them. But Mixmax allows you to put people in sequences. So as soon as you get a lead, you can enroll them in the sequence, and it's going to drip it out until they respond. We did, 4 emails in here. So we just like, instead of just saying like, hey, are you interested? Like jump on a call with me. We try to provide value. So we tested these subject lines a lot. You're welcome to rip these off. But this first one, for example, we acknowledge like, why are we messaging them? Well, you opted in for our video training. Did you get a chance to watch it yet? I would love to talk to you about how we could help you increase your leads by 400 to 500%, like you will see that they're doing in these videos. And then I can share some specific strategies for you. Schedule your call to talk with me here. That's basically what the first email is. The second email is a little bit more about it. It goes into some more value of like, here's why quizzes work. Here's some of the psychology behind it. Again, like I'm happy to jump on a call with you and discuss it for you personally. In the next email, we talk a little bit more. It's just more value. We tried a different angle of like, hey, here's the 5 stages businesses have to go through to grow. I thought you might like this. And then PS, I'd love to get on a call with you. And then the last one is just like kind of like pulling the rug out from them. It's a permission to close. Like if you're not interested, I'll stop following up with you. Just let me know like what you want to do or what you recommend. And this got a lot of responses, as you can imagine, because it's like pulling that takeaway card. Definitely use both of these. You could try text message as well as like some follow-up of trying to get people scheduled. But at the end of the day, like just get on calls with your leads and get on calls with as many of them as possible. And we'll talk about in the next section, like how do you actually close them and how do you transition from a lead into that sales call. And looking forward to the next section.